found early on that This Is It started to take on all these meanings, you know, and it wasn't just about a return to the stage and selling albums, but all of his songs and all of his short films always spoke to, you know, humanity.
If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why, tell you that way. They say why.
It was important to both Michael and I that we had moments where the audience was alone with Michael and the music, without pyrotechnics and without special effects, and the special effect being him.
I got love in this way.
You could put a spotlight on that guy and just have a piano player, and it would have been riveting. I mean, he puts his whole body into singing a song. The audience gets to see it at a live show. They get to see the passion he puts into a song.
And, you know, he comes from an era where you really sang, you really danced, and you did it at the same time. No tricks. And you either could deliver your record or you couldn't. I think that's a lost art today.
It was also material that Michael and I agreed it should remain sacred. Billie Jean is perfect. It was a place for him to invent. But you didn't need to change the nature of it. You know, he came out, he put the jacket on, he put the glove on, he had his high, you know, water pants, and you left him alone.
Billie Jean is one of Michael's iconic pieces and performances. Not many artists have been able to convey just as powerful a message through a dance than they do in a song. And I think that he had that sort of uncanny ability to do both.
You couldn't drag those kids away from being in front of the stage watching Michael. They were there every second they could be, glued to him. You know, and he would apologize to them sometimes because he'd say, you know, I'm trying to save my voice. My voice is still, you know, I'm building it back, and I'm not going to dance hard today. And they were just like, you know, they just wanted to be there.
At least we get a feel of it. God bless you.
What made Michael, in my opinion, the greatest entertainer of our generation, and perhaps any, his timing. One time in the movie, I say, you know, aren't you ready? He's like, no. Guys, that's the cue. I'm sorry, are we misunderstanding something here?
No, we're not misunderstanding.
We're sizzling.
But he's sizzling.
I'm sizzling.
Okay.
So he's waiting for my point. It's coming.
What he was saying was, I'm going to have a moment here. I can feel it. I already know. The audience isn't here yet, but I know I'm going to want to have a moment here.
Might want to button my shirt or my jacket or whatever it is. I want to look around a little bit, play with them. Snap my finger maybe, then bang!
He was in charge, like an old-fashioned entertainer. Technology didn't run the show. Michael ran the show. And when he stopped, you watched and you held your breath. And that's what made Michael Jackson on stage, and why he was different than anybody else that you ever went to see in concert.
The world should be full of love.
Mm-hmm.
Love.
Mm-hmm.
Love is the most important thing in the world.
Man in the Mirror has always sort of closed Michael's concerts. Michael loved the message of the song. If you're expecting change, it has to begin from within. And that was just something that I think that Michael really enjoyed leaving as a last remembrance of, you know, spending an evening with him.
But he can't leave the stage regularly. He has to do it in Michael Jackson fashion.
We had fun wanting to top ourselves. You know, we had Rocket Man years ago where he flew off the edge of the stage at the end of a concert. So Michael was like, we have to top Rocket Man. What can we do?
Part of the creative of the show was called MJ Air. MJ Air was the only 3D piece we actually viewed at the Staples Center in the 3D screen. It was incredible.
What we're going to do is have the whole theater rumble so that you felt this jet was coming from somewhere, and then you just start to see a little nose peek in, and then the wing turns around, and the wing felt so like it was over your head. You'd watch people do this, and you could just see that they really felt like the wing was right on top of you.
You're mine.
You see, they don't look that good anymore.
Michael would have sang the last refrains of the song. The entire cast would have climbed up to the top of the stage platforms and then exited through a stairway that emerged out of the video screen.
Michael Cotton had designed it so that a door in the actual screen opened up. And so that physical screen matched our graphics perfectly, and the stairs came down.
Last person out would be Michael, waving goodbye. The video door would close over him.
And then the plane would taxi down the runway, turn around, fly out right over the audience's head. It was just the coolest thing. And that effect would have really worked.
The cast and Michael would be taking a quick elevator down to floor level, be in the cars and out of the building. It's the old Elvis has left the building. You need to get him out of there.
This show, production-wise, blew away anything he's done in the past, and I don't think anybody would have come close to this for years.
Michael is very into letting the show speak for itself.
Seeing the show does the talking. The show speaks for itself. That's how it should be.
Understood. You know, he goes, it hurts the show when you talk about all of that too soon. You know, so it made sense to me. And that was part of his, you know, sort of intrigue, the mystery and the theater about it.
I don't think there was a better show than what you would have seen had we got over to the UK. I'm convinced of that.
That last rehearsal day was it. We, you know, saw it. We realized it. You know, the goal had been reached, that the show had found itself, and the tone of it, the pacing of it, was all there. It was all there.
Thank you. We're going to stop for this evening now.
We were going to then pack up everything, put it on a boat, send it to the UK, to London, and he was going to move over there with his family and with the kids and start dress rehearsals over there. That's how close we were.
It was just really sad, you know, when he passed, because all of us felt so, you know, together and ready to do this, and Michael seemed so happy and ready to put on the show.
God bless you.
I wish he had, you know, gotten to do the first show, you know, gotten to open at O2, because I knew it meant so much to him. You know, he was young enough to do it. You know, his kids were old enough to appreciate it. The fans wanted it. You know, I know he missed the stage.
He was so looking forward to this, so looking forward to doing what it was that he loved all of his life. And no one invested in it more than he. And he was a part of all of it, every bit of it, from the costume designs and choreography and music and vocal arrangements, from the lighting and the scenic, you know, production design to the films. Michael was, you know, the man in charge.
It's really, really sad that that the entire vision that he, Michael, Kenny, and Travis had, and we all put together, didn't get a chance to be unveiled as they all saw it as one collective piece of work, you know, the masterpiece, you know, but the masterpiece still in our hearts and our memories, and it can only be looked at as a highlight in anyone's life to have been part of something like that.
We'll just run for a sound check, man on the mirror. Okay. And then we'll talk about the ending. MJ Air. Your favorite part. Yeah. Right?
We love that. You know, the fact that we're able to share with the world what that process was like, you know, in the documentary is something I'm very grateful for, because I think, you know, a huge tragedy would have been to, you know, let these ideas not happen.
None of us ever expected to be doing this kind of a film. You know, there were no cameras, you know, on tripods and booms. There was no design. You know, really, it was just fragments, pieces. It's like creating a mosaic to tell a story out of like little pieces that we somehow miraculously were able to put together.
All of the key players in the project were always committed to carrying this vision through, and none of us ever gave up on any of these ideas. Michael was so passionate about these ideas. You know, we all had a burning inside of us to carry them forward.
You know, we did it with love and always with Michael in our hearts, always with Michael in our minds, 7 days a week, cutting the picture together. You know, the first thing every day and the last thing every night was, you know, that Michael was ever present. You know, what would Michael do?
I think what we want out of this film is for people to see the real Michael Jackson. For so many years, there was just so much out there that was just so wrong and just so, you know, just untrue. And for people to be able to see him as a person and to see him creating and to see him doing what he does as an artist, that's what we hope people get to see.
You won't get the full production show. To me, you're getting something better. You're getting to see the process of a genius, of greatness. Getting an inside peek of something that not too many people get to see.
This was a guy that had really come full circle, and he was really ready to show the world best of Michael Jackson. And that was worth being there every day. And that's what I miss the last time I saw him.
I'm proud to be able to say that I was a participant and that I helped. He trusted me, and it's really one of the great gifts of my life to have earned that trust and to have been able to, you know, collaborate with him and to just, you know, to take part. I mean, there aren't too many people anymore that can drop my jaw, and Michael Jackson remained one of those people all the way into the end.
I will be there.
God bless you. Change.